Have you ever heard of the Sodder family? It's pronounced sow. So, dairy, all right. It's a story that's been called the strangest in American history, a tale of family, tragedy, and a mystery that has never been solved. This is the story of the vanished children. It's Christmas Eve, 1945, just after midnight. The Sodder family are gathered together in their home in Fayetteville, West Virginia. They are a hardworking, close-knit family. The father, George, is a coal miner. His wife, Jenny, runs a boarding house out of their home to help make ends meet. They have 10 children, ranging in age from 3 to 14. Suddenly, a fire breaks out in the home. 4 of the older children manage to escape unharmed. But when the smoke clears, 5 of the 10 children are missing. An investigation is launched, but it quickly stalls. The police are able to determine that someone had cut the family's telephone line, and the ladder that the children used to escape was nowhere to be found. Furthermore, several witnesses came forward, claiming to have seen the 5 children playing in the town hours after the fire. Despite all this, the state quickly declared it to be an accidental electrical fire and ruled that the 5 missing children had perished in the blaze. But George and Jennie Sodder never believed that explanation. And they were right to be suspicious because almost immediately after the fire, 2 other neighbors showed up at the house looking for their own children who were among the missing 5. It turns out that these 2 people had been at the home just moments before the fire and claimed to have heard an explosion followed by screams. They said that they tried to alert the family but were unable to get inside. However, what these 2 were unable to explain was why they had reported the fire until an hour after it started. But perhaps even stranger than all of this, no bodies were ever recovered. The fire was so intense that the building was reduced to ashes. But amidst all of the destruction, the firefighters were unable to find any remains. The medical examiner was able to identify some of the bones found in the rubble as belonging to the Sodder S4 surviving children. But none of the 5 missing children could be accounted for. In the aftermath, George and Jenny refused to accept that their children were dead. Instead, they hired private eyes to look into the matter, following up on every lead and tip that they received. Years passed, and the case grew cold, but the Sodders never gave up hope. They didn't want anyone else to forget about their children either. So in 1950, the couple put up a billboard on the side of a lonely road leading to Fayetteville. The sign read, "End of the world. Have you seen our children? Reward. Mr. and Mrs. George Sodder." They kept up this billboard for over 20 years, even after the paint began to chip and fade. Then, in 1968, just as abruptly as the case had gone cold, new information arrived. A man claiming to be a traveling photographer sent the Sodders a package. Inside was a photograph of a young man. He appeared to be around 20 years old. In the photo, he was standing next to a barn, grinning widely at the camera. On the back of the picture was the name Martin and the date July 1968. Martin was presumed to be one of the Sodder sons, but there was one problem. Despite extensive searching, the Sodders were unable to locate this Martin character or any other potential mother. To this day, the photograph remains the only tangible piece of evidence to surface since the fire. And so the mystery endures. What happened to the 5 Sodder children? Did they die in a freak accident? Was there a cover-up? Were they kidnapped? The answer may forever remain out of reach, lost to the ashes of that fateful night. If you like this episode, check out more episodes from our channel.